Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, March 12th. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and the NQ. So once again, got to give a lot of credit to the bulls. This is pretty amazing how they every time it looks like they're going to try to get forced down, and they just poke their heads back up. We opened with a gap today. Okay, that gap failed. So only two out of 12 upside gaps have held this year. We attempted to go trend up 3 times today. They all failed. So that's 10 out of 36 trend days have held on the upside. However, we go out at the highs. We go out with a price probe. I'm not going to use L's high. I don't think we got far enough away from it in ES or NQ. So we had a very nice afternoon pullback low, which I took very nice advantage of. We'll go over that. It is our third largest range of the year after Friday being our first largest range of the year. So our ranges are starting to pick up. I was just telling the room, I didn't realize last March at this point, from like March 7th through the 15th or 17th, we had out 5 or 6 of our heaviest volumes of the year, which held last year at this time. We'll see if that holds. If that comes into play again as we go forward this month. Righty goes out with an 8-wide pocket, and that's it. Righty is still down on the daily. Never took out yesterday's high. ES and NQ are now balanced on the daily, but they're up on the monthly and weekly. And SPY is one time framing up 10 weeks in a row and 19 out of 20. Okay. A period was a tough period for me. The range was very large, and I'm not happy the way I traded it. I traded NQ. I got long on the gap fill, thought it might bounce off of there. I took a loss on that because it came in. Then I took a short to go get the overnight POC. That one worked. Wait a second, not the overnight POC. I'm sorry, not to get the overnight POC. I took a short to get the POC from yesterday, which worked. Then I went long against it right after that, thinking it would hold and would get a speed bump. It ripped down. Now, it eventually went back up, but I took that off for a loss. And then when it came back up to the POC, I took a short and made some on that. So I kind of got... I don't like the way I traded it. Net, I was down after A period, all the trading in NQ. Not a lot, but just wasn't happy with myself. But the rest of the day turned out to be very good, as we saw it very well. I got long in B period in NQ to pop A's high, which paid very nicely. C period, I took longs in both NQ and ES because we both had trend days at the time, holding single prints, so I was longing against the single prints in both ES and NQ. And then in D and E, actually, in D and E, I also longed ES, even though we finally took out D's low, but they all got paid. Now, I was looking for an afternoon pullback low. We were dribbing and drabbing below D's low. But something told me that we were gonna get more of a break. Now I did buy one because we were going nowhere in F at 23.25. But we weren't getting much. I bought 2 more at 18.25, and I said, you know what? I'm not doing anything else. I said, if it goes back up, great. If it flushes, that's where I want to get long. Well, we got out a quick liquidation break, and I bought 7 at 09.25. Didn't spend really any time down here. Started going up and took those off for a nice profit. I could have held the other 2 and ended up making money on them, but I took those both off for a loss. But net made, I think, 15 points on the trade, so I was very happy with that. And that was in ES. I could have done the same thing in NQ, but when I was long 10 ES, because I went full boat down here, so when I went long 10 ES, I'm like, I'm not going to play with NQ also and try to concentrate on both when I have that big a position. So I did not, but it would have worked very nicely in NQ also. So that was in F and G and ES. Should have done it again in H against G's low. That was no reason I didn't do that. I was flat. That was a really good risk reward long again for both of these. You could have used the opening as you're out. No reason why I didn't take it. I think the main reason is because, like you burn up a lot of mental fuel. Remember, I was long 1 at 23 and a quarter, 2 at 18 and a quarter, and I got down to 9 and a quarter where I got long again. So, which was right at half back and value low at the time. That got lifted when we made new highs later. So once I did well on those and made the money, you're still building up your mental tank again. So, but it could have taken at least a 1 or 2 lot against G's low in either one of these, and they both would have paid very nicely. And then the only other trade I took a short in K period in NQ. I didn't think we were going to go trend and hold it. I could have done that in both of these. Look, you could have longed and or shorted both of these things. With new highs, they were coming back in, and against time frame lows, you could have longed them because they were holding the one-time framing. So we saw the day well, had a good day after a pretty yucky start in A period. As far as destinations, in SPY, we only have 2. 517.38 is today's high, and then the all-time high from the 28th, from the 8th at 518.22. For the downside, we have an afternoon pullback low, 513.55, and today's low, 510.86. ES, we have today's high, all-time high of 46.75. We have our afternoon pullback at 07.50, and we have today's low at 80. And then on the chart, so the monthly, very healthy, right? We're one-time framing up 5 months. Extremely healthy. Getting distance away from prior monthly highs. That's healthy. Weekly. SPY's one-time framing up 10 weeks, including this week. ES took out last week's high because I don't back adjust, and they're back to up after being in balance. And the daily is in a 4-day balance. So balance rules will be in effect tomorrow. Can we take out the all-time high and come out of balance up? Or do we fail at the balance high and roll over and test yesterday's low, which right now would be our 4-day balance low? Hope you had a good day trading. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.